now we're at the time where the Hamashiach is getting ready to come.
And hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I am the Lord.
Last words, brother.
Shalom, ma.
All right.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, Yasharah.
Gosh, Shabbat shalom. What's going on, everybody?
Praise all having a message.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah, the heathens can't save you. So this is, we got a power pack for you and everything. But before we get started, just a couple of announcements. So, and our brother Eitan have a couple of things as well too. First of all, I want to thank those, your brothers and sisters for sending in your pictures with the friends. We got a few of them. We got a good 3 of them. But once we collect more and everything, we'll put them in a collage, and then me and brother Eitan will create like a little intro video and everything. So,
God.
you got anything to add to that?
God, no, not really. What's going on, brother Adam Jr.? We still waiting on your pictures from your. I'm not sure if it came in yet. I can't remember if you were saying the 26th or the 16th, but I know your friends are coming in. All praises to the Most High.
All praises.
Yeah, man, we got brothers and sisters out here trying to keep the commandments. I'm with it.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up, because when you're out and about, hey, that's how you know who your people are.
God, that's
And
right.
we know that our people are are only Negroes, but I'm saying who's keeping the laws.
God.
And it's not hard. It has nothing to do with self-righteous, like the Christians always like to use. It's a command. When Most High gives us a command to do something, hey, that's our birthright. But all right, Israel, we're gonna get into the heathens can't save you. And it's funny how like a lot of our people think that if they marry a heathen, they're gonna be financially stable. I'm gonna show you a video. I'm gonna show you a clip with when Kobe Bryant, when he passed away, when he died in that tragic helicopter crash. I'm going to show you who inherited his fortune. And I know some of you are not going to be surprised, but, of course, time after time, our people, they get with these heathens, they get a little money, and they marry these heathens. And then something happens, it's like the Most High, makes them an example. And guess where all the money goes? Oh, it ain't going back to the Israel's family. It's going straight to the heathens.
That's right.
Damn shame that, time and time, over and over, we have to see stuff like this. But before I show you the video, I want to go to the Torah right quick. So go ahead and turn to Ecclesiasticus or Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon. Right. We're going to go Ecclesiasticus 26. And we're going to start with verse 19. This is why you should always sow your seed with your own people, Israel.
Right.
Always. All right, it says, my son, keep the flower of your age sound, and give not your strength to what? Strangers. Let me read that part again. My son, keep the flower of your age sound, and give not your strength to strangers. Kobe Bryant, Charles Barkley, all these other brothers that are giving their strength. What's that tennis player? Famous tennis player.
A girl?
Yeah. Venus. Was it Venus?
Yeah, Serena. Yeah,
Serena
done married that damn heathen.
Yep, had a baby by him. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Our people are constantly I'm talking about like just people with all this fortune where they could actually do something positive, but they'd rather give it all to the heathens because most I don't play around with that stuff. When you pass away, you think that money is going to go to the Israel's family? Nope, it's going to go straight to them heathens. It says, when you have gotten a fruitful possession through all the field, sow it with your own seed and your own people, trusting in the goodness of your stock. So your race which you leave shall be magnified, having the confidence of their good descent. And that's crazy because I'm sure when Kobe, when he died, I don't believe he was expecting to go that quick. Things happen. And when I shoot this video, it's gonna make you mad. So get ready to be enraged because it's like this stuff is crazy. Brother, you want got anything to say before I show this video?
You good to go, man. Yeah.
All right, Israel. And just let me know if you need me to stop at any time. So check this out, y'all.
In complete shock on the day of the fatal helicopter crash that took the life of.
Oh, by the way, if you can hear that video, just go ahead and put a 1 in the chat box.
God. I'm good on this side. I can hear it on your side. Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay. I know it's a delay, so I'll give him a second. If y'all was able to hear the video, let me know. Right now.
NBA superstar Kobe Bryant. The pilot of the helicopter experienced, quote, spatial disorientation in the moment of the crash, becoming confused about his bearings and speed. An early report by the National Transportation Safety Board found that the pilot was so confused that he actually thought down was up. He told air traffic controllers before the crash that he was trying to fly up out of the clouds he had entered, but instead of climbing to 4,000 feet, he and his passengers plummeted into the ground. There were no survivors. Worse still, among the victims of this terrible accident was Bryant's second daughter, Gianna, who was only 13 years old when she died.
We love you both and miss you forever and always. Mommy.
Bryant was widely regarded as the greatest basketball player of his generation, and he was rewarded handsomely for his accomplishments in the sport. According to Celebrity Net Worth, he was worth a whopping $600 million when he died, a massive fortune built up by years of salaries and licensing contracts, many of which were valued as high as $25 million. After his death, this money reportedly went to Bryant's immediate family, his wife Vanessa and 3 surviving daughters. However, as you might expect from such a massive estate, there was some controversy over who would receive the money he left behind. Sadly, in addition to losing her husband, Vanessa Bryant found herself caught up in an unfortunate family feud that appears to have opened a bitter rift between her and her mother, Sophia Lane. According to the Los Angeles Times, Vanessa was forced to denounce her own mother in December 2020 for trying to, quote, extort a financial windfall from the family. This happened after Lane sued.
Now look at these two heathens, the daughter and the mother, and they fighting over Kobe's money. All right, not 1 cent went to Kobe's extended family. That's crazy, y'all.
That's not how the scriptures are written.
Exactly. That's crazy. And this is what happened. That's why I read Ecclesiastes, because you're supposed to sow your own seed with your own people. When stuff like this happens, your people, your family get the inheritance, not some heathens.
Facts.
What's the old boys rappers? What's the dude's name? Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre, yep.
He married some heathens. I think he got like hit up for I think he's had to pay out now like a couple of million. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
What is it?
Millions. Bladers behind drop. Hold on, man. Let me look it up real quick. I'll tell you.
Yeah. Go ahead, check that out. I'm gonna play the rest of this video while
you good.
Sued Bryant for money she felt was due to her after years of what she called unpaid work for the family. Vanessa Bryant's mother claimed that she had worked as a personal assistant and nanny to the Bryant family for years, and that Kobe had given her his word that he would take care of her as a result. Lane accused her daughter of taking, quote, every step she could to void and cancel all of Kobe's promises. As Vanessa remembers it, these so-called services were just the normal stuff that grandmothers do the world over day in and day out. In a statement, Vanessa said, she wants to back charge me $96 per hour for supposedly working 12 hours a day for 18 years for watching her grandchildren. In reality, she only occasionally babysat my older girls when they were toddlers. The feud has sadly soured the relationship between Bryant and her mother, and moves to make peace between them have yet to take root. But this isn't the only curiosity surrounding Kobe's estate, as his will made one omission that many people might find surprising. Now, there can be no doubt that the basketball legend was absolutely crazy about his daughters. He once said, "Girls are the best. I would have 5 more girls if I could. I'm a girl dad." So it'll probably come as a surprise to hear that his youngest daughter, Capri, who was born in June 2019, wasn't covered in his will when he died. According to attorney Edward L. Littlejohn, Bryant set up a trust meant to take care of his wife and daughters in the event of his death. However, only the couple's first 3 daughters are named as beneficiaries on the trust, meaning that Capri will not be able to receive any money from her deceased father. So what's the reasoning behind this? Well, the most logical answer is that Bryant never expected to die so soon after Capri's birth, as she was only 7 months old when tragedy struck. Most likely, he simply hadn't made the necessary changes to his will. In fact, Vanessa has since petitioned the courts to add Capri to the will, a request that a judge will most likely grant, especially considering Bryant's many recorded statements regarding just how much he loved his daughters.
And that's crazy, and our people are our people are something else, and I used to get on brothers, because they used to think that if they married a heathen, they'll be better off financially, or they call it a financial investment, but it ain't nothing but a financial suicide. And you see what happened time after time, you know, when our people do stuff like this.
It's crazy, really, if you ask me.
Yeah. Hey, brother, you know what the amount was that?
Oh yeah, Con. 100 million.
Man, 100 million a month.
100 million was the payout. Hold on, I'll show it to you right quick. Hold on.
That's crazy, boy. So you see what I'm saying? You know, it's like our people have this. Man, it's like our people have this. It's a disease, y'all. It's a self-hatred disease. And always thinking that heathens, we get with the heathens, we mix with the heathens. Some kind of way that they're gonna save us or they're gonna deliver us and all that kind of stuff. So all wicked as all get out.
Con, man. That's wild as I don't know what. Right.
And you know, when I've talked to brothers and stuff like that, I heard one brother say that he, you know, it's a way to bridge. Why would you want to bridge with the heathens? If you done got your backs beat in after you done all the hatred and everything, you want to bridge with the heathens?
They already owe you 40 acres and a mule.
Yeah, way more than that. You know, they pass back pay. We already know that that's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
you know,
boys. Oh,
that's why we're gonna take them. We're gonna take their land. We're gonna take them as slaves and servants.
God.
And they're gonna have to put in that work. That's the only way. And then they're gonna be in eternal torment afterwards.
That's right. That's how it's supposed to be, man.
Get that triple punishment. You know. But I don't know why our people always this mentality, the slave mentality, thinking that, you know, heathens are going to deliver them. You know, and we were told time after time, you know, not to marry amongst these people, or they would turn our hearts away from the Almighty. But why do our people keep insisting on doing this? Why do our people keep being hard-headed and just? It just kills me, you know. It just kills me. Let me take you out of 1 Kings right quick. Go ahead and turn to. Oh, you got something, brother?
No, go ahead. You good?
All right, go ahead and turn to 1 Kings. I'm gonna turn it over to Brother Aton for a little bit.
All
1
right.
Kings, and let's look at chapter 11. 1 Kings chapter 11, and let me start with verse 2. All right. It says, verse 2, it says, of the nations concerning which Yahweh said unto the children of Yasharel, ye shall not go into them. You know what that means? They don't have no intercourse with them. Don't be having babies with them. Neither shall they come in unto you. For surely they will turn away your heart after their Elohim. Man. Shalama clave unto these in love. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And Solomon had these 700 women and everything, and all this stuff is crazy. And we see our people time after time getting with these heathens, thinking that, oh, some kind of way, if they marry into a heathen, or if they have a heathen baby, oh, the baby's gonna look prettier. Oh, we got that good hair. And like brother was saying last week, you know, when you mix your seed with something, it's like you destroyed that, and it's trying to autocorrect itself, but it can't, because you done planted your stock with a weaker seed.
Mm.
And now it's gonna take 3 generations for that person to breed back in, you know, if they marry into Israel. It's that serious, Israel. It's just plain and simple. All right. Most High told us not to mix, and here we are, creating a complete different kind of race.
Well, I don't know how you do it. You know, it's like it seems to be that our people, right? It's no matter what we do, we seem to always look for salvation from the damn heathen, right? I'm serious, man. It's crazy. You know, the scriptures say that you know, the only person that's going to save us, right, is Hamashiach. I mean, like, we got that all the way up from the Old Testament. You know, from the Old Testament all the way to the New, that the only person that we can look for salvation from is Hamashiach, right? The only reason why we got out of chains in the first place, right? And I'm gonna read that a little later, is that the Most High, man, he put the spirit on these heathen to let us go, because he was feeling sorry for us at the time. But look at us now, right? Look at all the wickedness that we're rotting across the earth, right? what do you think is going to happen? Right? You think the Most High's mercy is going to remain? I don't think it's going to remain at all, if you ask me. I think, you know, we in for some more situations, because instead of looking to the Most High to give us salvation, man, our eyes are set upon the weak. Our eyes are set upon the heathen, the Neanderthal. You know what I mean? Mankind instead of man. You know, I mean instead of the Most High.
That's right. And even in Deuteronomy 28, I was trying to bring that up.
Go ahead.
Here, I'm going to bring it up right quick, because just to back up what Brother Aton is saying, you know, no man is going to be able to save you, not the heathens, definitely not the heathens. It says Yahweh versus Deuteronomy. This is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 28. It says, Yahweh shall smite you with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. That's what I saw our people today. And you shall grope at noonday as the blind gropes in darkness. And you know, when you look at our people, we see so much mental illness. I see so many brothers on the streets just they flicking their hands and talking to themselves. You know, it's scary. And you shall not prosper in your ways, and you shall be only oppressed and spoiled evermore. And no man shall save you. All right, so that's clear as day. So, you know, a lot of people think that the heathens are going to come along and just wish them away. You know, that's not going to happen.
That damn sure ain't going to happen.
You know, and just, you know what? Come to think about it, just think back in the days. All right, check this out. Keep this. Now, our people during slavery, yeah, we were together, but I know there was some slave masters that allowed Israel to get married. But then check this out. You still didn't belong. Your wife didn't belong to you. And you didn't belong to your wife. The slave master come in and rape your wife right in front of you. In front of you. Can you imagine that? But yet our people still want to mix with them. Just put yourselves, I'm just trying to paint a picture here. Just put yourselves in our forefathers' situation. And just imagine you in some shack. You just got married to your beautiful wife, and then some old heathen comes in there and just rapes her right in front of you while the other guy's holding a gun on you. Make sure you ain't gonna do nothing. That's the kind of stuff that was going on in Israel constantly. They would just take what didn't marry you if you was married. If they wanted some black tail, if they wanted some Israelite tail, they was gonna get them some.
Mm-hmm. Man or woman, for that matter, man or woman. Yeah, it was buck breaking. Yeah, I mean, you know, it don't matter what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go. Psalms 106.
Yeah, what's that?
Are you done? What was you saying?
Yeah. But I was just saying though, you know, it's madness, and if the heathens could, you know, if our people are looking for the heathens to save them, then what makes you think that they're gonna save you now?
Right. That's all right, Israel. I got a little scripture for us. Let me go to Psalms. Psalms 106. Let me share my screen real quick.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy, man.
All right, Con. Right, this is a little long. It's a little long, but it's got to do with you know, our people forgetting. Yeah, Con. Matter of fact, you can read. I guess we'll split it up. I'll read the first 20 verses and then you read the last 20 verses or whatever.
All right.
Yeah, Con. What's this? No, Salakia, 10 verses, right? This is 20. Yeah. Con. I'll read the first 10. All right. It says, they forgot God, their Savior, right? Which had done great things in Egypt. That's our people today, right? We have forgotten God, our Savior, which have done great things in Egypt for us. Right? It may seem like a long time ago, it may seem like some kind of fairy tale story, but this is the truth, right? Mm-hmm. Wonderful works in the land of Ham and terrible things by the Red Sea, right? Split the Red Sea, right? Sucked up all those wicked ass heathens that was chasing us, right? All the Egyptians, right? They got all the army. They got, you know, as a matter of fact, it was a fact they were looking under the Red Sea, and they found chariots, right? Old chariots. All kinds of stuff like that, right? So we know that this really happened. This wasn't something it's not a bedtime story. It's not something that somebody made up. These are the real, true accounts right, of our people, right? This is a real life history book. 23. Therefore, he said that he would destroy them, and not Moses, his chosen, stood before him in the breach to turn away his wrath, lest he should destroy them. Yea, they despised the pleasant land. They believe not his word. That's us right now. We ain't trying to get to the kingdom. We despise the pleasant land. We don't want to go, right? And we don't believe in his word. That's why we out here doing all this other wickedness, right? We want to believe that the heathen going to save us, right? It says, but murmured in their tents and hearkened not unto the voice of the Lord. Therefore, he lifted up his hand against them to overthrow them in the wilderness, to overthrow their seed also among the nations, and to scatter them in the lands. They joined themselves also unto Baal Peor, and ate the sacrifices of the dead. Thus they provoked him to anger with their inventions, and the plague brake in among them. Then stood up Phinehas, and executed judgment, and so the plague was stayed, and was counted unto him for righteousness unto all generations evermore. They angered him also at the waters of strife, so that it went ill with Moses for their sakes, because they provoked his spirit, so that he spake unadvisedly with his lips. They did not destroy the nations, concerning whom the Lord commanded, right? What was this talking about? This going all the way back to Saul, right?
Wow.
They did not destroy the nations which the Lord God commanded, right? But they will mingle among the heathen and learn their works. You know, we don't want to serve God, right? We don't want to get on our knees and ask God to save us, right? We want to look to the heathen, you know, march in the streets with picket signs, and you think that's working. We've been marching for years asking for the heathen to help us out, but instead they're going to raise up a pride flag. Right?
You know, so crazy.
Go ahead.
Yeah. You know, so crazy, man. And like our people will get out there with picket fences, and they'll do the same thing every time. Every time, like one of our people gets shot, it's like the same thing over. It's like we're going through a perpetual, like some kind of just repeated perpetual craziness or something. And people do the same thing. That's what insanity is. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. You know, people just lost it. They think that, you know, just like these demos and stuff like that. I don't care for none of them. But you know, our people are always looking to them. Oh, they're gonna do this for us. They're gonna do that. You know, they done showed you for the last 50 years they have not done anything for you.
Not
our people just, I don't know what it is. You know, you got people like Hillary Clinton who can tell black folks she carries hot sauce in her front pocket. And black folks will be like, oh, she's black, she's one of us. Man, our people are just stupid sometimes.
Yeah, that's slow, man. That you gotta have a slow mentality to trust something like that, right? I mean, like, why would you? Man, these folks ain't us, right? Just because they can do a little something, or they might have hot sauce in their chicken, man, I don't mean a damn thing. You know what I mean? And they still going to get the pit. They're still going into perdition, every single one of them, right? The scriptures say, and they mingled, but they were mingled among the heathen and learned their works, right? This is the same thing we do today, right? We don't even try to see any of our own history. We don't want to do the holy days or nothing. We don't do everything the damn heathen, right? And they serve their idols, white Jesus, right? White Jesus, Allah, and every other nonsense that's not Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, right? Which were a snare unto them. Yea, they sacrificed their sons and daughters unto devils. Every time you got your kids up in those schools, right? You looking for them schools to teach your children. That's the same thing, right? You asking the heathen to help you out, to save you, right? Instead of teaching and raising up your children yourself, because our families are broken. You didn't sacrifice your son and your daughter unto the damn devil. You shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters, whom they had sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan, and the land was polluted with blood. Thus they were defiled with their own works, and went a-whoring with their own inventions. You know what? I bet you, right? Just because it's against the commandments to murder your brothers or to murder your sister, but we got gang members, gang bangers, right? All kinds of stuff that we got going on that has nothing to do with the Most High God. Nothing. right? You go ahead and put your kids in front of this wickedness, right? Get down with everything that the heathen is doing. The heathen said, you know what? We can, we can wear pants, and we can start doing what the men do. You're looking for the heathen to save you, right? You're looking at and you're copying the heathen's works. That's what you're doing. You're mingling yourselves among the heathen, and you're learning their works. Thus they were defiled with their own works and went a-whoring with their own inventions. Therefore was the wrath of the Lord kindled against his people, insomuch he abhorred his own inheritance, and gave them into the hand of the heathen, that they hated them that ruled over them. Their enemies also oppressed them that were brought into subjection under their hand. That's where we're at right now. We got to realize that this is the situation that we're under right now. We shouldn't be looking toward these heathen for a damn thing, because they cannot save us. It was the Lord that brought us here, and it's only the Most High God, Yahweh, that's going to bring us out.
That's right. Let me add on to that too. Y'all see what's happening right now. They, right after COVID, they brought all these Afghan refugees over here. They gave them anywhere. I know this for a fact. All right, for the Afghanistan, they gave them anywhere from $350,000 to $450,000 like financial package for them to start their new lives.
Damn.
1 million Afghanistans all together, different families, all over the U.S. All right, they're not going to tell you where they put these folks at, because they house them on military bases in the camps, and then they release them into the community. Now you have these immigrants, these Mexicans. They're doing the same thing. They're putting it in these hoods. Chicago, they worked up your tax-paying money, $51 million to house these immigrants. Now that right there should be a slap in the face to Israel, because that right there should be, if you want to wake up from anything else, you should wake up to seeing what's going on with these immigrants, because the purpose of these heathens, they are trying to bury Israel. That's their purpose. The scripture says that. Let us cut them off from being a nation. All right. We know that they're not going to cut our seed off completely, but I still believe that the Most High is going to allow them to, and I truly believe, like the scripture says, our seed is going to dwindle. It's just going to dwindle, Israel, because our people are just so wicked. Until it gets down to a remnant or a small number. We're going to be, next 50 years from now, brothers like me and Aton, we're going to pretty much be extinct.
Yeah, if not dead.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. You ain't going to see, we're going to be like a national treasure.
God. You want to take over at 42?
Absolutely. All right, so it says, their enemies also oppressed them, and they were brought in subjection under their hand. And you got to understand, Israel, just to relate that, we don't have to go there, but in Deuteronomy 28, and I think it's 64, where it says the Most High Yahweh will do, as he did rejoice over us to do good, he will rejoice over us to do evil. All right, and you got to understand, anytime we go against, or anytime we went against the Most High throughout the scriptures, he always delivered us into the hands of our enemies. All right, you look at the Babylonians. All right, what did he do? He delivered us into the hands of the Babylonians. Same thing with Middle Persia and Greece. Same thing with Rome. So Israel, and then Sub-Saharan, and then the transatlantic, and that was still carrying on. So Israel, the Most High has nothing to play with when we turn our backs on him. All right, and this stuff can last for hundreds, sometimes thousands of years. All right, verse 43, it says, many times did he deliver them. You see that? Many times did he deliver them, but they provoked him with their counsel. See, this is the part that just enrages me, Many times did he deliver them. You know how many times the Most High delivered his people? And think about it. Now, liberation is not going to always be a pretty comfortable thing. All right. Now, let me explain to you what I mean by that. When we came out of Egypt, all right, we were in the wilderness. But here's the thing. Hamashiach was there because he led the fire by night, fire by night, and the cloud, a pillar by day. Now his presence was among us. Now I'm telling you, anybody would kill for that. I mean, a faithful brother in this time would kill being something like that. To be amongst your own people, I don't give a damn about living in tents. You give me the smallest tent, I'll be happy. I mean, manna. Look, our folks didn't even have to go hunt for food. That's crazy. Can you imagine that? Our people didn't even have to go hunt for food. Food came to them. Water. I mean, like, but yeah, they wanted to go back to Egypt. They wanted to go back under the lashes. We want our garlic. We want to be comfortable. So liberation is never going to be comfortable until our people start making themselves uncomfortable with this world. Our people are going to continue to suffer. They're going to continue to even be oppressed even more. As many times did he deliver them, but they provoked him with their counsel and were brought low for their iniquities. That's us right now in Israel. Why? Because our people refuse. I'm telling you, like I've never seen anything like this. Our people totally refuse to even acknowledge their wickedness. It says, nevertheless, he regarded their afflictions when he heard their cry. Well, see, our people are not crying out right now. We're not crying out. This ain't the true crying. If you saying that our people are crying out, that's false. That's false. 'Cause first of all, people are not even keeping the commandments. How can they cry out when they're not even keeping the commandments? All right, and he remembered for them his covenant and repented. What?
Back up at 43. You've got the last part when it says and were brought low for their iniquity.
Oh yeah. And
that's an important part because that's us right now.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said earlier. I don't know if you heard.
Okay. Salakia. Yeah.
Yeah, your mic must have been muted or something. But I said that we were brought low for our iniquity because that we still doing that now. That's us right now. That's constantly us right now.
So that means that for us to be in a low place, that means that we're wicked. We're not being righteous, right? We're still in sin. We're still not obeying the Most High. That's why we're in the projects, in the ghettos, in the hoods. That's in every damn state. That's every. It don't matter where you see our people that we always living in a decrepit condition, right? No matter where you see our people at. It should dawn on us sooner or later that damn man, it don't matter how much you beg the heathen, they're not going to help you. Right, the help and the salvation does not lie within the hands of the heathen. They don't have the power to give it to us. They only have what power that the Most High gives them.
That's true.
And so far, the only power that He's given them is to whoop our ass over and over again.
And it's sad, I ain't like it's funny at the same time, but it's sad though because it's like, man, don't our people ever get tired of this mess? Man, it says, nevertheless, he regarded their affliction when he heard their cry. And this is the part where I was saying that we're not crying out. How can we be crying out when our people are not even keeping the laws? You have to be. See, you have to be practicing righteousness in order to be able to cry out. If you're practicing wickedness and you're going about trying to follow the heathens, how are you crying out?
They ain't crying out.
People crying out.
Some boy twerking on police cars. You know what I'm saying? Talking about some strong black man. 80% of our nation, we got single motherhood, and they talking about something they strong, don't need no man. Hookers and ray-rays running loose, scamming niggas, doing all kinds of wickedness. Man, we're not out here crying and sighing.
No. So
we're out here listening to rap music and up here listening to all kind of crazy stuff.
Explain to me, and if y'all got the answers in the comments, put it in the comments. How are we? You're gonna have to explain to me how in the world are we crying out right now?
You know what? Somebody got to explain to me why we don't got nothing.
Exactly.
Somebody got to explain to me why we don't got nothing. We done did all this damn building and everything, man. That goes to show you that the Most High don't care. The Most High will use us to build up the city of the enemy, and it's still that we don't keep the commandments. We don't get a damn pot to piss in. They want to tell you to pull yourself up by your bootstraps when you go begging to the heathen. You got your picket fences, and you got your little posters up talking about we shall overcome. Ain't nobody want to hear that. You need to get your ass on your knees and start, to keeping the commandments. Not no we shall overcome. You ain't gonna overcome nothing.
You sitting there dancing and twerking in church and everything. Our people are just going through hell. This stuff is crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, we're not crying out, Israel. We're not crying out. You have to be. In order to cry out, we would have to be a righteous people, keeping the commandments, and then being oppressed. All right. It's crazy because it's like we're oppressed and then we're wicked at the same time. How is that even possible? How's that? That's like a double. It's like a double whammy.
Come on.
We're at the bottom. We're already at the bottom. People mingling with the heathens. You're celebrating their holidays, You know, and it's crazy because our people are celebrating the holidays more than the heathens. It's like they're outdoing the heathens. I saw a brother where I worked at, and it was during this Christmas holiday, and people were dressing this stuff. I saw this brother, big Israelite. He dressed up in like he was dressed up like a present. He had a wrapper and bow on his belly. I'm like, I shook my head, man. I'm like, talk to that brother. I'm like, come on now, man. How you doing this, man?
You know what, too? Right? It's like our people so stupid that we don't get that every single holiday, every way that we celebrate, every way that we have was given to us by the heathen. Everything, including the language, including your last name, and you know what I'm saying? Every damn thing that we got was given to you by the heathen. You don't even question, right? You don't even question what was your own, you know what I'm saying? Where did you originate from? What was your original language? What was your original holy days? What is your culture, right? Not rap or any of this crazy stuff that we, you know what I'm saying, that we've done here in so-called America, right? What is our stuff? Instead, when we need something, right, you go and you beg to the damn heathen. You look stupid. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You look like a beggar. You got your hand out. Oh, give us some child support checks. Let me get some WIC, you know what I'm saying, for my baby. Let me get this. Let me get some government assistance. If you was keeping the commandments, right? If we were all keeping the commandments and help and treating each other like we want to be treated, right? Getting out there, making our own instead of over here being comfortable with being integrated with these clowns, we wouldn't be in this situation. Imagine being able to go down the street and then talk to your brother about, yeah, brother, the brother down here, brother Daniel Ben Yehuda, he got the textiles, right? I go talk to this brother right here, man, he got the loans on deck, you know, and then the loans from your people, right? We don't make, you know, we want to charge you extra, right? You know what I'm saying? We want to tax you behind it, you know, whatever I loan from my brother, you know, I give it to him right back. That's what it is right there. But if I'm, you know what I'm saying, but if I got something and these heathens are trying to get something, it's from it, you already know what time it is. Usury all day. I'm taxing them, you know what I'm saying? I need 300% interest. Let's get it. Just like they do us. Anytime you go over there, you try to talk to one of these heathens for a loan or whatever the case may be, you go for the bank, man, they got some outrageous interest rates. You know what I'm saying? The stuff, they gonna want their money plus some back.
Exactly.
And the funny thing about it is that when you look at the commandments, that's how we supposed to treat the other nations. Instead, that's how they treat us.
Yep.
It's crazy, man.
Everything is backwards. It's just straight up backwards. Man. Verse 45. And he remembered for them his covenant and repented according to the multitude of his mercies. He made them also to be pitied of all those that carried them captive.
Read that one more time, because that's an important verse right there. This is the reason why we're out of captivity. And it got nothing to do with the white man saving you or Abraham Lincoln feeling sorry that he want to let go the slaves. This is why we are in the position that we are in right now. Read 46 again.
It says he made them also to be pitied of all those that carried them captive.
That's why the Most High is the one that put it on their hearts to feel sorry for us. That's right. Why we're free. It ain't got nothing to do with the damn white man or the Arab man or any other man that had us in captivity. Only reason that we got out, only reason why we're having a time of reprieve is because the Most High took pity on us and put it in their hearts and took pity on us to let us go.
Yeah. And it's really still, I mean, technically it's still a captivity. You just ain't in chains and in shackles.
Your mind is, though.
What's that?
Their mind is.
Exactly. Their minds still are in shackles. You know, women still being raped by the slave masters. They give it up. This time they just give it up for free.
Nowadays, our sisters don't even want to deal with it. You hear them talking about Zaddy and getting with a white dude. Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, we already know you walking around with the damn weave on. You know what I'm saying? You want your hair like that. Good gracious. That stuff is wicked, man.
Crazy. It says, save us, O Lord, our God. And gather us.
Whoa. What is this? That's the important part.
It says, save us.
You sure says, save us, the heathen.
It says, save us, O Lord, our God. And gather us from among the heathen to give thanks unto thy holy name. and to triumph in thy praises. We're not doing that. Definitely not doing that. It says, blessed be the Lord God of Israel from everlasting to everlasting, and let all the people say, Amen, and praise ye the Lord. Is there any more? Is that it?
Yeah, come on, that's it right there.
All right, I'm gonna
Save
show you.
us, O Lord, our
Yeah.
God, and gather us from among the heathen. That's how we're going to get saved right there. Not save me, heathen. Not go out there and then march with your little signs and picket fences and beg the white man, hey, could you please give me equal opportunity? Please give me a chance. Please give me a chance, white man. No, man.
See,
You're not doing none of that.
And that's the thing, Israel. The Most High is going to let this thing. He's going to let the wheels roll off till this thing fall. Till the wheels fall off. Like I said, you look at what's going on with the immigrants. Israel, our people are getting ready to get buried. For the most part, our people are being not getting ready to. They are being buried. They are being buried. They're being replaced by your very enemies, the Mexicans, always the Afghans. And with AI and everything, I'm telling you, our people better get ready. Our people just, because they get so damn comfortable with the heathens, ways working for a heathen, they get so comfortable. They don't even think, like Brother Anton was saying, try to progress or try to create something that's going to give them or try to make them independent as much as possible. All right, we still know that we got to go to the enemy for our supplies, but you still can be in a situation where you can create your own kind of wealth. Something you don't have to depend solely upon the heathens and trying to beg them from a job. All right, but they are getting ready they are burying our people constantly right now. Gentrification, same thing, because we refuse to come together. So it's like the Most High allowed these heathens to buy up all this inner city property where a lot of our people live, gentrify it and everything, and guess what? All Israel got pushed out because they can't afford it. They can't afford it. Certainly places like that, most black folks can't afford it. And if we find a brother or sister that can afford it, they tied up with a heathen.
They're doing it right now, where I'm at. In Charleston, they're gentrifying downtown because downtown is a choice land. It's right by the water, right?
Everywhere,
right by the water. And because it's right by the water, what they're doing is they're continuously rising up the prices in there, and they're kicking out all the old black people that you see there. Man, them folks are starting to be homeless underneath the bridge because they can't afford it, and they're slowly taking over, and then they're rebuilding.
That's right. Let me tell you. Let me tell you a sign, Israel. When you wake up and you see jogging white women in your area, just know that it's in the process of being gentrified completely. Seriously, I want to show y'all something right quick. Let's go to Jeremiah 10, and verse 2 says, "Thus says Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen. Be not dismayed by the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them." Now, I've been getting some emails sometimes, and brother, are you going to do anything on the eclipse? I wish I stopped that stuff, all right? But there's no such thing as a eclipse, all right? That's a man-made term, all right? Nowhere in the scripture does it talk about a damn eclipse, all right? People are always talking about, well, that's a sign or something. No, that's according to the book of Enoch and Jasher, that is the moon just simply catching up to the sun and passing the sun, and it's a shadow that's crossing over the sun, all right? That's it.
All right.
That's it. Our people, that's the way the heathens are. They're always trying to take Most High's creation and always trying to turn it into something that's wicked, they just be making up stuff. But you got our people sitting all along the side of the road. Oh, look at the eclipse. Look. People they just bug me. Bug the hell out of me sometimes with this mess. Nowhere in the scripture does it talk about eclipse, blood moons. Where are people getting that from?
I don't know.
Where are people getting that from? They're getting it from the heathens. Show me in the scriptures where it talks about the blood moon. Show me in the scriptures where it talks about an eclipse. All right? Or eclipse being a sign or something.
Yeah.
People just straight up foolishness. Accept the scriptures for what it is saying. Those are the luminaries. They have a purpose. They have a rotation, and that's what they're doing. They're doing their assigned rotations as designed. All right. And when the moon catches up to the sun, which the scripture says that the sun and the moon are exactly the same dimensions. One is just 7 times brighter. They both produce their own light. That's all you're seeing, Israel. But our people just do the most sometimes. They want to take something and then they want to add like 1,000 different kind of meanings on it. And you sitting out there with the heathens.
God.
Look at the eclipse. Oh my goodness, something's going to happen. That's a sign for something. And our people just need to get back to these commandments. Stop being wicked. Women need to close their damn legs. Stop letting all the Pookies and the Ray Rays get inside you.
None of that, man. Start asking the government for damn help. All of us, you know what I'm saying? All our people, right?
Yeah.
Get off the government, get off daddy government. That's what they've been doing. That's the plan, is to keep our people dependent on them. That's one of the reasons why they didn't want us to be separate. One of the reasons why they decided to kill Martin Luther King, right? After his last speech, he realized that he made a mistake. This is one of the reasons why they decided to kill Malcolm X and any other black leader that we had that was standing up, that was preaching segregation, right? There's nothing wrong with us just being by ourselves, right? There's nothing wrong with us being, but we see that we have a problem with being just by ourselves, being okay with us just being, man, look at the damn camps. They're not even okay with it. They have to graft in other nations. You see what I'm saying? It's like we have a problem as a people with just being among ourselves and getting along and then trusting one another, right? I don't even understand how it got into this situation, right? It really is just, it's sad, really, Israel. I'm being 100. It's sad that we got to this situation.
Conditioning, years of conditioning, because the moment that you're born, the moment you're conditioned. TV, the media, the school, all conditioned. Brother, you said something profound earlier. Man, what was it? You were talking about. I forgot what it was on. It was on.
Oh, couldn't have been too profound.
So what?
I said couldn't have been too profound if you can't remember it.
Now, I just forgot all what it was about now. It was,
know a lot.
Man, it was just concerning how our people are just being buried. Our people are just being buried left and right. Oh, I know what it was. Welfare. You brought up welfare. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Our people have gotten so dependent on that. I'm telling you, the government's plan. They sat down and they thought about this for years. They said, okay, we're gonna get a generation of people. We're gonna keep making sure that they repeat that generation so they can stay on welfare. The majority of our people that are on welfare are so dependent on welfare that if you were to take them off welfare right now, they would not survive. And I guarantee you, I see it coming. I see the writing on the wall. And I guarantee you, as soon as they get done burying our people with these immigrants, at the same time, they're going to pull the plug on welfare. I guarantee you they're going to pull it. They're going to do it on purpose. Why? Because they know that they're waiting for the right time. They're waiting till our people get so dependent. Because notice everything is going up. Notice that rent is going up everywhere. All right, everything is going up. This is how they're going to destroy it. They're not worried about their people. All right, they can get Bill Gates to write a check for a million white people, and they'll be taken care of. You know what I'm saying? It's our people that they're after. So they're slowly squeezing the juice, the living life out of our people by raising the rent, by raising everything else, by flooding the hoods with immigrants so that they can destroy you. And I hate to say it, Most High is going to allow it. Most High is going to allow it for the most part. A lot of our people right now, two things are going to happen. Either our people are going to either wake the hell up and repent, or they're going to turn to a life of begging or a life of crime. And I'm already seeing a lot of our people. I'm seeing people turning to begging, turning to crime, like people that I would never ever think that it would do something like that. And Israel, it's a shame because a lot of our people, let's just keep it real. Some of you all are like half a paycheck from being homeless. I'm just gonna keep it real. Many of our people are half a paycheck away from just being homeless. That's how real this thing is getting.
Yeah, we're lazy, right? I'm serious. Like, we don't really need to ask. We don't need to have these handouts, right? Our people are just lazy as a people, right? You come to these jobs, no experience, right? No schooling for the job. You don't want to take anything to try to raise your families up. The men need to stand the hell up. You can't gallivant around in the hoods and do a damn thing and smoke and smoke blunts and drink 40s and think that you're going to be able to raise a family. That's not going to work. You're going to have to get it in. The little money you get, that's not for clubbing. right? You got to save that money and then put towards, right, what you can use to fortify yourself and for you to be able to raise a family correctly.
Man, there was his brother. I saw it. I think you might have sent you this a while back ago. It was about a year ago. This brother won like $30,000 in the lotto, right? You know what this you know what this brother does? I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna say this nigga because that's exactly what a nigga would do. This joker went out and bought a $30,000 chain, gold chain, and so he.
Come on, man, stop playing.
No, I kid you. I'm gonna find the video. I'm gonna show you. In fact, while you're doing the scriptures, I'm gonna show it to you. But you can see the camera footage of him getting robbed. They snatched his chain.
That's the Most High that did that. Yeah, Most High made sure he got that junk snatched.
Yeah, why you reading that? I'm gonna see if I can pull that up right quick. That's
all right, Con.
Crazy, boy.
All right, Israel, we're going to Lamentations, the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, and we're going to read through 20, right? We're going to read through 20, right? And this is, this is just showing a little bit of, our past and where we're going and how it's always been with our people. For some reason, we just don't like to obey. We got to see that this is a habit, and we need to break the hell up out of this, right? We need to break the hell up out of here. It says, the kings of the earth and all the inhabitants of the world would not have believed that the adversary and the enemy should have entered into the gates of Jerusalem. That's because we were so fortified back in those days, right? For the sins of her prophets and the iniquities of her priests that have shed the blood of the just in the midst of her. Meaning that what? These priests and prophets, right? They was making up lies, right? When it was time for the judgment to get passed down, right? Instead of, they might have had 2 or 3 witnesses, but they knew, right? But they knew that these witnesses were liars. They was bearing false witnesses upon their brother, and they still decided to judge against something that should have been righteous. They have wandered as blind men in the streets. They have polluted themselves with blood so that men could not touch their garments, right? They cried unto them, depart ye, it is unclean, depart, touch not. When they fled away and wandered, they said among the heathen, they shall no more sojourn there. The anger of the Lord hath divided them. He will no more regard them. They respected not the persons of the priest. They favored not the elders. See, that's what our people do today. We don't favor the elders, right? Because the elders are the ones with the knowledge. The ones that have been on this earth long enough, that have lived past the foolishness, right? And now they see what it is. Even though a lot of our people, right, they're foolish in their younger years, but when they get older, right, even into their elders, right, you don't see, 50-year-old, 60-year-old, in abundance drug dealers are out here talking that foolishness. They're not going to tell you that stuff. They're going to tell you that stuff has no profit, right? It has no profit. A lot of them, when they get up in age and stuff, what do they start doing? They start falling back onto the Lord, or try to go back to church or try to learn the Bible, right? Because they know there's something there. We need to start favoring the elders because that's where the knowledge is. It says, as for us, our eyes have yet failed in our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. We're in the same situation over again, right? We are in this captivity. Y'all out there begging these heathen for some extra dollars, a pay raise, whatever it may be. And the Most High has put the ability in each and every one of our hands, the ability to get it in. Especially if we're keeping these law, statutes, and commandments. The Most High has put it in our hands, the ability, the spirit to get it in and to provide for our family. All right?
Sorry about that.
All right, come on. All right, and it says, as for us, our eyes have yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. They hunt our steps. Same thing these heathen do. That we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. The breath of our nostrils, the anointed of the Lord, was taken in their pits, and whom we said, under his shadow shall we live among the heathen. That's what we're doing now. We're living among the shadow of the damn heathen, right? That's what we're doing, Israel. We're living among the shadow of the heathen right now. And we're comfortable. We're comfortable living under the shadow of the white man. Right? Go ahead, brother.
Hey, so I'm gonna pull up this video. It was a $20,000 chain, a gold chain that this man was wearing. I guess he had won a lot or something like that. So
thieves beat and
a vicious attack at a West Side gas station.
Thieves target a man because of the gold chain he was wearing. Tonight he's talking with our Tim Pamplin.
Oh, look.
It was a typical afternoon here at this West Warren gas station in Detroit near Grand Boulevard. Customers coming in, filling up with gas, buying lottery tickets. It was a favorite spot for our victim, Jamal. Customer walks in, shakes his hand, a couple more customers behind. The guy in the black. Pay close attention to him and his buddy right behind. They're looking for some easy pickings, and Jamal is their target. I hit the lottery. Jamal won $30,000 on the Michigan lottery, bought himself a $20,000 necklace. You see, he's wearing it there. He's heard of people getting robbed for their jewelry.
Yeah, it's a thing. So I was just looking around, making sure nobody ain't trying to get my chain,
but they did get his chain. He walks out the store. The suspects were waiting.
So I ran back, tried to get back into the gas station. They grabbed me, chopping me down.
A particularly vicious attack, punching him, kicking him, getting him to the ground, ripping off his gold.
They took off running. He jumped in their car and took off down one.
The gas station owner says,
"Damn, man,
that tall guy in that."
Man, they didn't beat the pants off an old boy.
He was in the store. There he is in the white hoodie this time, and his MO was exactly the same.
See, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about, Israel. It's just sad. Now this brother could have invested in it. He could have did something. He could have did something positive with that. But see, our people don't think like a lot of people. I'm talking about collective. People don't think like that. People just impulsive. You know, as soon as they get a little something, they do mess like this. Oh, spent $20,000. That money, that first time he probably ever won that much money, and then spent it on a gold chain. And guess what he gave back? He gave when he bought that chain, he gave all that money back to the Heathens. I'm pretty sure that he went to some Heathens jewelry store, paid them straight up cash.
God,
they say that heathen was grinning ear from ear. Here, come on, hey man, this is what you want. I'm gonna give you this gold chain because this is what you want.
You know, they say that the black dollar only circulates one time around our neighborhood.
Not even one time. Like for
not even
7 hours. It's like not even 7 hours. It's like for a few hours and it's gone.
That's why we the best slaves money didn't have to buy.
Yep.
Absolutely best slaves money did not have to buy. We will just sit over there and then we'll just I mean, damn. Come on, Israel. This is just, you know, we could actually do something. We actually just, you know, just use our brains. Just use our brains, right? Stop trying to always get over on your brother, right? Instead of getting over your brother, try to get over on the damn heathen. Why not think like that, right? Instead of robbing your brother for the gold chain, go out. I'm not gonna, you know, try to encourage any brothers to rob any damn heathens. But I'm saying, damn, man, if y'all gonna do some wickedness, man, at least do it upon the heathen. God dang, do it upon your own brother. What's going on out here?
They get a joy of doing it to their own people. Yeah, when y'all look at the hoods, what is the majority number one restaurants that are always around hoods? A Chinese buffet. You see most of our people just picking out Chinese buffet. And you know, and when they come over here as immigrants, that's the first thing the government tells them to do. Hey, if you want to make money, take your business to the hood or near the hood. You don't have to be directly in the hood, but take it near a hood. You'll make tons of money. People go to the Asian restaurants and eat that stuff like it's going out of style.
Right. Isaiah chapter 45, right? I like going to 45:15, but this is but 45:15. I mean, just while I'm up here, if y'all want to cut that, you know, any Christianity talking about some, you know, he's talking about the world, you know, you know, for God so loved the world. This is the world right here. Israel is the world. All right. Isaiah 45:17. Israel is the world. All right, so y'all can take them there and be like, well, the world of God is Israel. All right. I want to read 20 through to the end, which is 25, right? Isaiah chapter 45, I'm going to start at verse 20, right? It says, assemble yourselves and come, all right? Assemble yourselves and come. Don't be by yourself, right? Don't be individuals. Don't be over there trying to, you know, hang out with the heathen. Assemble yourselves and come. Draw near together, ye that are escaped of the nations. They have no knowledge that set up the wood of their graven image and pray unto the God that cannot save. White Jesus cannot save you. You would be a fool to try to pray down to some white Jesus after you've seen somebody that looked just like white Jesus whoop your forefathers and your ancestors for 400 plus years, knock your back in, buck break, and all of this stuff, and they was worshiping that God. That's also goes to any fool that decides to worship some copper stone, or anybody that says they're gonna be a damn Muslim. When you go over there and you see that damn, they done had your people in captivity since 400 AD, right? All the way through.
That's Stockholm syndrome at its finest.
Come on, man. It's crazy. It says, tell ye and bring them near, yea. Let them take counsel together who have declared this from the ancient time. Who hath told it from that time? Have not I, the Lord, that there is no God else besides me, a just God and a Savior, there is none beside me. Look to me and be ye saved. It says, look to me and be ye saved. It don't say look to the damn heathen and ask him for more money, or ask him, for Section 8 housing or some kind of special privileges. The scriptures don't say that. It says, look unto me. It's talking about looking to the Most High, and be ye saved, all the ends of the earth. So that don't matter where you are, brother. You could be in Britain, in China, right? In the depths of the lands of the Moabites, in the depths of the lands of the Ishmaelites. The Most High sees you if you're keeping those laws, statutes, and commandments. It says, for I am Yahweh, and there is none else. I have sworn by myself, the word is gone out of my mouth in righteousness, and shall not return, that unto me every knee shall bow, every tongue shall swear. Surely shall one say in the Lord, I have righteousness and strength. Even to him shall men come, and all that are incensed against him shall be ashamed. In the Lord shall the seed of Israel be justified, and shall glory. Like right now, we ain't glorying, right? We are the spit right now. They're the head and we're the tail. So if they're the head, if they're the head and we the tail, does that mean that we need to look to the heathen to save us? No, the scriptures say over and over again, we need to look towards the Most High to save us. That's the only way that we're gonna get out of any of this. It may not seem like a viable idea. Like people are like, well then, how if I keep the commandments, how is that gonna make me be able to provide for your family? Brother, you lack faith. You don't understand what's going on. The Most High will open up doors for you. Right? The Most High will open up doors for you. Right? You know what? I'm an HVAC technician, right? You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. I fix ACs, right? And my job is a blessing. There's only two brothers that work in that department, or everybody else is a damn heathen. Like I said, and guess what? They know that I keep the commandments. They know I'm an Israelite among all these heathens. You know why I got this blessing? Right? And this is just my testimony, is because I keep the commandments. Right? I keep the commandments where the Most High has provided me with a job that pays hella good, right? Because I keep the commandments, right? They don't stress me on the Shabbat. They never call me on the Shabbat. They don't never call me on my new moon holidays, the Feast of Tabernacles, right? The Passover, no, none of that. They have my schedule. Like the calendar that I give you guys, the heathens have my calendar and they know what time it is. They don't bother me. They respect the situation. Why? Because I keep the commandments of the Most High. The Most High will make a way for brothers that want to keep the commandments. The Most High will make a way for you. He says if you come to him, he'll look out for you. The same thing with Brother Daniel. Right? Brother Daniel has a damn good job. He makes, I don't mean to put your business out of the bit. Hey, but Brother Daniel got a damn good job too.
No, man, I'm poor, man.
Yeah,
I'm living on the streets, man.
All right, well, hey, bearing false witness on the Shabbat. How dare you? Right? So the Most High, right? Just take it from Brother Daniel and myself. We are living testaments to tell you that if you keep the laws, statutes, and commandments, he will make a way. You can't be halfway in and halfway out. I want my fringes to work every day.
All praises.
I rock my fringes every day. I don't play no games with these heathens. They know what time it is.
And
right?
even if you and brothers, even if you have a job that requires a uniform, then wear your fringes under your uniform.
Right? You don't gotta act a you don't gotta act a fool and then act like, oh, you mad at these heathen and all that other stuff. You gotta remember the Most High is the one that put us in this situation, right? And the Most High is gonna be the one to get us out.
That's right.
So for any of these heathen that treat y'all bad, or you feel that the Most High says in 1 Thessalonians that we must treat every man good, right? If they decide to do whatever, you got to understand, you got to have faith that the Most High is going to get them back. It's not up for you to be over here to be revengeful or any of that stuff, right? You got to do what you're supposed to do to the best of your ability, to the best that the Most High has given you to do it, right? He will take care of the rest. The Most High knows you in captivity. You don't think he knows that? The Most High that knows where you are at in your life, and he's doing the best, and and that if you do the best that you can, keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, right? As close to perfection, if not perfection, to the best of your ability, I guarantee you, just like Brother Daniel and myself, which are true testaments, the Most High, he will look out for you.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
I want to bring up something you mentioned earlier, Stockholm Syndrome. And you look with the symptoms of our people, and this is the reason why people are in such a condition today. Positive feelings towards the captors or abusers. Let me give you an example. Our brother in the street shooting one another. They'll wake up with excitement about killing their own brother. So let them have that same feelings for their enemies. No, they would have nightmares if they woke up. They dreamed of killing white people. They probably have nightmares. That's crazy, y'all. Our people would talk to us like they're talking on people any kind of way, but they won't talk to their bosses like that. Their bosses, oh yes, sir, boss. Yeah, you anything else we would do for you, boss? We can bring you some tea, some coffee. Sympathy for their captors' beliefs and behaviors. This is a huge one. Why? Because the holidays. Look how our people be celebrating these holidays. I mean, just deep into them. Out there on the streets. Miles and miles, looking for a damn eclipse, thinking it's some kind of sign or something. That stuff is crazy. Negative feelings towards a police or authority figures. Somebody like me and Brother Aton was trying to tell these folks the truth. They'll call us the devil. People don't want to be freed from their captivity. People don't want to be free from their wickedness.
And those are the same folks that live in paycheck to paycheck.
Yep.
Right. Those are the same folks that the Most High has, the Most High is not going to grant you no blessings. You're only going to be under the curses. Why it seems like you go to every job and stuff just not panning out right. This is why, right? If you're not keeping those commandments, if you're not being circumspect, right, and you're not being loyal to the Lord, I mean, you got to be loyal. You know what I'm saying? That's just like if you got any homeboy or these so-called gangs, they require loyalty.
That's right.
It's nothing different than the Most High. If the Most High see that you're not riding with him, right, something gonna happen to you, right? You know what I'm saying? Not everybody get that because the Most High, he also puts stumbling blocks up here. Like you may see a person like these rappers or whatever, these folks that are in these industries that are full of wickedness, and it may look good on the outside, right? And it may look good, but those folks are already given over, right? Those are already given over to a reprobate mind, which means what? If you're given over to a reprobate mind, God has already judged you. The Most High has already judged you.
Yeah, they down left and right. Look how many rappers that done died since in the last 5 years. Look how many rappers done died in the last 5 years. A lot of it is over jealousy, hatred, envy, strife,
right? Variance, all of that.
Hatred,
right?
Of their own brother,
If he's giving you over to a reprobate mind, you have already been judged. That means he's done with you. Right? He's not trying to come back and trying to help you out or save you. He's already given you over to it. Well, that means that, that's a wrap for you. Right? You don't want to be judged like that. You don't want to come before you die even. You already been judged. The Most High has already said, I'm going to get this thing over to a reprobate mind.
The person who's given over to a reprobate mind don't even realize it. They're so
yeah, you're right. You're right. They'll argue up and down and think they're in the right. Let me see something, right?
That's a scary thing. Me and Brother Eitan, we did a lesson on the divisions of the resting places. One resting place for the righteous and one resting place for the wicked.
Con.
You do not want to end up in the resting place for the wicked.
Yeah, because this damn sure ain't no rest.
No.
Damn sure ain't gonna be resting.
Even though it's called the grave, but man.
Con, right?
Crazy.
Acts chapter 4, right? We're gonna go to Acts. Get your Bibles back out, right? Let's go to Acts. We're gonna go to Acts chapter 4. We're gonna read verses 10, 11, and 12, right? Be it known to all of you and all the people of Israel, that's us, right? All the Jews, right? And all the Gentiles, meaning that Israel, right? The 10 tribes, all to us, right? And by the name of Jesus, well, we're going to say Yahweh Shai HaMashiach of Nazareth, whom ye crucified, whom Yahweh raised from the dead, even by him doth this man stand here before you whole, right? This is the time when he was up there resurrected, right? This is the stone which was set at naught of you builders, right? Because they tried to deny HaMashiach, which is become the head of the corner. Neither is there salvation in any other. So you can't go to the heathens. Right. Once again, this is important. This is what I'm saying, right? Don't marry them damn heathens, right? Don't give your glory into these damn heathens. Don't go begging, to these folks, right? And some of these, heathens or whatever, they might have good intentions, this, that, and the third, right? But guess what? We know the scriptures. And we know that what? They were born wicked from the womb. Right? Born wicked from the womb. That means that they don't have a covenant by the Most High for the remission of sins. None of these heathen do. Right? You can read the Bible up and down, front to back, left to right, until you're blue in the face, and you will never find a covenant in the scriptures that is given to any other nation other than Israel for the remittance of sins, right? For the remission of sins. That's only us. We can only be washed clean, right? Of our sins. That's only us, right? By the blood of HaMashiach. No other nation. So it says, for there is none other under heaven among men whereby we must be saved. So it doesn't matter how much you beg to the heathen. Matter of fact, I bet you begging to the heathen just makes the Lord mad.
Oh my God, man.
You know that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You asking them for any damn help at all, right? That's probably making the Most High mad. Because you're not having faith that he gonna help you. It's the same thing that happened to David. David got caught up in some wickedness because instead of asking the Most High for another woman or Bathsheba, you know what I'm saying, or any woman, right? He decided that he was going to take another man's wife. How you going to do that when you know the Most High is on your side? That's how you know that sometimes even the most righteous of our people, sometimes they don't be using their damn brain. They don't they don't use their mind because they just forget that the Most High can provide all. It's not a little bit. We don't need to go to the heathen for nothing. And as soon as our people realize that and we start getting, coming together as a people, keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments in faith, right? And not stressing grace, because our people are stressing the hell out of grace right now.
Overkill.
It's so point. I mean, like it's so much overkill to the point that in Second Ezra it says what? Second Ezra chapter 9, it lets you know that what? A wave compared to a drop. That's the amount of people that's going to be saved. So that's why it's imperative for every single one of us to do our damnness to keep these commandments, right? And to try to spread it and try to help your brother. If you see your brother going left, hey, help him go back right. Get him back on the path, right? That's going to be for all of our benefit, not just your benefit, but for the benefit of the whole nation. As soon as we can start seeing ourselves in our brother, right? And seeing ourselves as not as individuals, but as a nation, because we know that what God does what? The Most High, Yahweh, he does what? He punishes it, mass punishment. Not that's everybody
right.
was
that's
wicked.
Right. Yeah.
You know, go ahead, brother. Yeah, man, bring that out. Right. Expound on that a little bit.
Yeah, so for prime example, Israel, because of a few knuckleheads, when we came out of Egypt, we had to spend 40 years. All right, so but what about the ones who are keeping the commandments? What about the ones who were trying to do the right thing? Israel, we're only as strong as our weakest link. All right, so that means that the majority of our people are being wicked. The righteous are going to suffer with that. Now, we might not suffer as much, but we're all in this captivity together. And as long as our people keep being wicked, we're going to suffer. All right. And only the Most High is going to deliver us. And I wanted to show you something in reference to what brother was bringing out earlier, because only the Most High Yahweh is going to bring his people out. It ain't gonna be no white man. It ain't gonna be no
bring it out.
All right. Jeremiah 32 and verse 37 says, "Behold, I will gather them out of all the countries." It says, "Behold, I will gather them out of all the countries," because you got to understand it was the Most High who put us into captivity in the first place. It was He who brought the enemies against us. I will gather them out of all the countries, whether I have driven them in my anger. All right, in my anger. Why? Because we were wicked. We turned from the Most High, serving other gods, serving the heathens. And in my fury and in great wrath, and I will bring them again unto this place, and I will cause them to dwell safely. But until our people get their acts together, until we get back to these laws, commandments, and statutes, we ain't going nowhere, Israel.
This is something I want to bring out too, right? In verse 37 in the beginning, it says, "Behold, I will gather them out of all countries."
Mhm.
That lets you know there is not going to be a black rising, rising up of the black people, where all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, we got some kind of man leader ahead of us to try to, fight back against the heathen. It doesn't say that.
Mhm.
That lets you know right there that we're going to be spread out through all of this place, and we're going to have to be keeping these commandments together in tandem. And it's not going to be where all of a sudden, we got some big group of people out here, we fighting back against the heathen, and we done got some rights, or we got our own place, and that's not how it's going to go down. God, the Most High, He does a mass punishment.
Yeah, exactly. I should have believed that it's going to take a lot of killing of our people, a lot of destruction. I know y'all don't like to hear that word, kill. The Most High says He kills. He's alive. But when we start seeing the mass killing of our people, that means that being wiped out by the immigrants, being replaced by the immigrants, our people shooting each other down in the streets, then the heathens killing us. I'm telling you, that's a hell of a combination right there. And our people are going to dwindle so far in numbers. That's what it's going to take, Israel, before our people will actually wake up and realize what the hell is going on. Mass punishment at its finest, but that's the way the Most High works, because all throughout the scriptures, show me anywhere in the Torah where the Most High just punished a few. No, all Israel together, because we work as one. Even Hamashiach said a parable when we talked about the parts of the body. You have the hand, you have your arms, your legs, but they all work in one accord. All right, that's the way Israel is. So if the weakest link is broken, Israel, that means the strongest link ain't going nowhere. So those who are keeping the commandments, we by the grace of the Most High, we go to our graves, and then we can be in that resting place of the righteous.
That's right.
Until then, we're not going nowhere, Israel. We're gonna be right. We're gonna be right here. Guess what? We're not to continue to get our back lashed in because we have not learned. As long as we still want to cling to the heathens as a people, the Most High is going to allow our enemies to have their way with us. When I say have their way, I'm talking about everything from A to Z. And brother, you mentioned out something earlier today, but look how these heathens charge interest on stuff. I mean, like they squeeze the hell out of our people.
That's right.
And it's like you can't go nowhere and not pay taxes or interest or anything like that. Look, I have property. I still got to pay taxes. Everybody pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? But I'm working ways to get around that. But hey, everybody got to pay taxes. You got like a homestead or something like that, depending on what state you're in. So Israel, you can't get away from it, because that right there should tell you us being under the thumb of our enemy. They can charge you anything they want. They can make look at all the laws they made. All kinds of laws, from traffic lights to buying a house to certain things. Certain things you can only build on your property. You got to go through county. You got to go through the heathens for that stuff. You see what I'm saying? How they got that stuff set up? That should have been us. We should have been making rules. We should have been making laws like that.
Lamentations 4:20, right? When I was reading earlier, when it said that we're gonna live under the shadow of the heathen, right? We love it there. We love it there, right? Because we cannot seem to figure out as a people what do we need to do to get out from under the shadow of the heathen, which is easy, right? We have a whole book that's sitting on your grandmama's shelf collecting dust, right? With a way how to get out from under the shadow of the heathen, right? And that's the simply. I know it might not seem like it's that easy, but it is. We got to keep the commandments, right? Can't be, we can't be hearkening into the heathen. We got to hearken to the Most High, like it says in the book of Sirach, chapter 39. So turn your Bibles, right? We're going to go to Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39, and we're going to start at verse 13, right? Or the book of Sirach. It says, hearken unto me, ye holy children. It don't say beg the heathen for money, beg the heathen for more wick, or beg the heathen for any damn thing. It says, hearken unto me, ye holy children, right? Not, it said holy children means separate, not ones that's trying to mingle in with the damn heathen. We're supposed to be separate, right? And bud forth as a rose growing by the brook of the field, and give ye sweet savor as frankincense, and flourish as a lily, right? What you see appearing behind, which is really the little, as y'all see the little sign right here, right? That I got for my little avatar right there, the little 6-point star or whatever. It looks like a star, but it's not. It's really a lily. It's a lily work, right? It's a thing of a lily. That's why I got a lily button behind it. So a person will look at that and be thinking, oh, well, that's wickedness. Oh, that's a star of Molech. That's not a star, right? It's not a star. And if you look at the star anyway, it's round. Star don't have. Never mind. I'm not even gonna go there, right? All right. I was about to start bringing them out. I don't want to go there, right? All right. Here we go. It says, and give a sweet savor as frankincense, and flourish as a lily. Send forth a smell and sing a song of praise. Bless the Lord in all his works. Magnify his name. We don't magnify his name. And show forth his praise with the songs of your lips and with harps. And in praising him shall ye say after this manner, right? This is what we should say after his manner, right? Everybody should be learning this stuff, because this is the stuff that we need to be saying out of our mouths to the Most High. If you're not reading the scriptures, you're not going to know how to worship him correctly. Like, how could you, right? If you don't have the manual. It says, all the works of the Lord are exceeding good, and whatsoever he commandeth shall be accomplished in due season. And none may say, what is this? Wherefore is that? For at time convenient they shall be all sought out. At his commandment the waters stood as an heap, and at the words of his mouth the receptacles of water. And at his commandment is done whatsoever pleaseth him, and none can hinder when he will save. Ain't no heathen going to be able to stop the Most High when he send them chariots, them flaming chariots, to pick his people up. Ain't no nuclear bombs, no F-16, no F-32 fighters, no, none of that, right? Air to surface missiles, no, none of that stuff is going to be able to stop the Most High when it's time for him to come get his people. And nothing they can damn do. There's nothing, right? That's why we don't need to be praying. That's just why we don't need to be praying and sighing and crying to people that can't do nothing for us, right? These people can be killed. Our Most High cannot, right? Our Most High cannot be killed. There's nothing that they can do against him. All we got to do is have patience and wait. Instead of keep begging these damn heathen to help us, because they ain't gonna do a damn thing if we ain't figured it out. And all this time we done been over here. Man, you ain't had a black president yet. You ain't had an Israelite president yet. And you ain't gonna never have one. The closest one to an Israelite president they had was a Hamite mixed with a albino heathen. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Then he had the nerve to solidify homosexuality on the books, when on the books it's a sodomy is still illegal.
Hey, check this out. Our people still sitting here begging for reparations. Check this out. In the meantime, they don't send millions of dollars to Jerusalem. They done gave Ukraine billions of dollars. They gave the Afghanistan's anywhere from 300 to 450,000 for a financial package.
That's right.
They gave the Mexican immigrants $51 million. Our people still sitting here begging, right? Yeah, man, you still worried about something that happened in all the slavery years. You still asking for? They're not gonna give you that money. They're not gonna give you. That's the point. That's the whole point. They're not gonna give it to you. You can sit there and beg until your face. This black caucus they got is a damn joke. All they doing is holding seats for their wicked
stumbling blocks, right? I don't think you got one man. I mean, let me.
It's just funny, man. Like I'm sitting back laughing, man, and it's like all these years, our people have been fighting for reparations, but at the same time, man, the government has given out money to all these other different people.
Well, yeah, man, billions and millions of dollars to other folks, and they just keep skipping over you. You niggas still got your hand out.
They've been sending billions of dollars over to Jerusalem for the last 70 years, man. And then the Japanese folks, they got stuff. The Native Americans, they got stuff. Yeah, every other
Crazy, man.
non-military people that came over here, man, ended up getting some kind of reparations, man. But what tripped me out the most is these Afghans, boy. They gave them straight up $300,000 to $450,000 per family, boy.
Damn.
And put them in the black neighborhoods here. Open up your gas station or start some kind of ish kebab stand or something.
Con.
Yeah.
And that doggone sleepy, racist, pedophile, Joe Biden, right? You know what I'm saying? He tells y'all not black if y'all don't vote for him. And what y'all dumbass niggas do? Go out there and vote for him. And he ain't did a damn thing for you.
Oh my goodness.
That's crazy, man.
It just kills me when I see the government giving all this money out to all these other non-melanated people, and our people are still sitting there being stupid, still blind as hell. When you gonna learn that they're not gonna give you nothing? They would rather blow up. They would rather just try to blow this flat earth up before they give you a dime.
Con. yeah, man. I mean, man.
Oh man. Yeah.
What does the scripture say? He said, "My son, lead not the life of a beggar, for it is better to die than to beg." Stop asking. That time is over with.
Oh man.
Right? We got our ass whooped in slavery. We're not gonna get paid for it because that's a place that we were supposed to go because niggas weren't keeping the commandments. Look at us now. We're still not keeping the commandments, and you still got your hand out like you're gonna get something done. That's not gonna happen.
Either you're gonna have to get off your butt, or you're gonna have to start work hard and create your own kind of reparations. You know, start making provisions for yourself.
God.
It ain't coming from your enemies. I can tell you that now.
Verse 19. It says, "The works of all flesh are before him, and nothing can be hid from his eyes." This is why we're not prospering of a people. The Most High, he sees all the wickedness that we're doing. Nothing is hidden, right? He's seeing it all. He seeth from everlasting to everlasting, and there's nothing wonderful before him. I mean, nothing is amazing to the Most High. Why should it be? He's the Most High. He knows all, sees all. He's omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. Omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. There is nothing that's going to surprise the Lord or wonderful for him because he knows it all, right? A man need not say, "What is this? Wherefore is that? For he hath made all things for their uses." The Lord has made all things for our uses because he don't need nothing to use. He's the Most High. He has it all, the Ancient of Days. His blessings covered the dry land as a river, as it watered as a flood. And he hath, listen, you see that? His blessings, and I can sit here and testify that his blessings definitely have covered me, right? Have covered the dry land as a river and watereth it as a flood. As he turneth the waters into saltiness, so shall the heathen inherit his wrath. You see that right there? As he turneth the waters into saltness, so shall the heathen inherit his wrath. Y'all niggas, wicked Israelites are sitting up there begging for salvation for the heathen of people that's going to inherit the wrath of God. Are you kidding me right now? How is that going to work, how is that going to work, Israel? As his ways are plain unto the holy, right? Because it's definitely plain unto the holy. Those that keep the law, statutes, and commandments, we don't have an issue, right? We don't have an issue with things, right? So are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked, right? So the things that are holy, like the man running a house, right? If you wicked and if you think that you're supposed to be running something, right, or like you don't got to submit to your husband as unto the Lord, hey, you evil. And you know what I'm saying? That's a stumbling block into the wicked because you can't get it right. For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners, right? It said the principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, salt, wheat or flour, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, talking about drinking, right? And oil and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly, right? So to the sinners, they are turned into evil, right? Why is this? Because instead of you can sip wine, or you can drink you could drink from the blood of the grape, right? But you don't drink to get drunk.
That's right.
Right? You don't drink to get sloppy drunk where you over there under the spirits and you making dumb decisions, right? Out there in the club popping and twerking because you just you done pre-gamed, you done went there, you done tossed something down. Now y'all going out there, brothers and sisters alike. Y'all out there at the club being wicked. It says, so to the sinners, they are turned into evil. Right? You got flour and wheat, you making some pork chops with the flour. Right? You got the fire and the iron, you making swords and weapons to kill your brother, guns. So to the sinners, they are turned into evil. Verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, right? There are spirits which are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them, right? Fetters of iron, right, man? We were in chains, right? We was getting our backs beat in. Guess what they did? They appeased the wrath of him that made him. That was helping the Lord out. Us getting our backs beat in, getting your teeth knocked out, right? Going in captivity over and over again. That helped the Lord. That helped the Lord calm down a little bit, because we was being so wicked, because we didn't want to obey the one that would give us everything if only we just obeyed. Imagine that, right? You got a being that made everything, that has the power to give you life, have the power to birth the son and to build the son inside your womb. So when he comes out, he can see. He has 10 fingers and 10 toes. But you don't want to obey him. You don't want to obey the man that's giving you the ability to live right now. You don't want to obey. You want to do what you want to do. So the Most High is happy when the forces of wrath are wreaked upon you, right? As he should.
Crazy though. I mean, man, imagine like to be rejoiced over by the one who created you.
Right? It says, and appease the wrath of them that made them. Fire, right? Hail and famine, right? So when you out there starving and you hungry out there, ain't no niggas out here hungry and starving that's keeping the commandments. The Most High don't look out, because if he feeds the birds and the bees and the animals of the world, right? How much less are you? I mean, how much more you? You know the Most High gonna take care of you. But if you wicked and you not keeping the commandments, the Most High, he gonna turn his back on you. He said, if you're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, if you refuse to hear him, even your prayer shall be abomination to him. So if you out there and you struggling, you living a hard life, you may be poor or whatever the situation may be, the Most High don't care. He happy that you poor and you going through it because you're not obeying. Right? He's going to take mercy upon his child that is doing everything right, just like your parents. If you was a child or a son or a daughter, you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing, right, to make the heart of your parents happy and glad, they're going to do whatever the hell they can to make sure that you got whatever you need. They're going to sacrifice. They're going to do whatever they need to make sure you got what you need. That's the same way that the Most High works. If you don't obey, the Most High is happy that you're going to get your ass whooped by the world. He is not feeling 1 ounce of sorrow for you. He only feeling 1 ounce of sorrow for you when you obeying. Again, then he's like, look at my dutiful son right here, or look at my dutiful daughter right here, right? Let me extend a helping hand and put the spirit on these heathen to give him this or to give him that. You don't even got to ask. You just have to obey. Right? It says, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in his commandment, that they shall be ready upon earth. When need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. right? That's what we need to do. We don't need to look to the damn heathen to help us. All you have to do is not transgress his word. If you don't transgress his word, you're not going to be getting punished by the wicked. You know, you're not going to be getting punished by the sword, which nowadays the modern day sword is the gun. When you see these heathen are doing what? Even our own people are shooting each other. Shooting and killing each other. You got these heathen police that are shooting and killing each other. All kind of crazy stuff, right? Teeth of wild beasts, scorpions, serpents, right? Fire, hail, famine, death. How many of y'all people are going through this stuff right now? Because they're wicked. And the Most High does not care. This is stuff that he's using to appease the wrath of his vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
Israel, we got to get it together. Right?
That's that is nothing to play with, y'all. I mean, how many times we gotta say this time after time? How many times our people gotta go through the same crazy mess time after time? It blows my mind how people just repeat the same wickedness and don't even bother to repent. It's like it says in Isaiah, the ox knoweth his master, but Israel does not know. They do not even consider. That's a shame.
And
then it's like sometimes I used to get real frustrated with stuff like this, but it's like now it's like I can't do nothing but sit back and just let the Most High do His work, because if our people don't want to do right, they're not gonna do right. Keep it real.
That was I was reading from Sirach, right? Book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, brother or sister song 777. Salakia, right? That was Sirach 39, 13 chapter. I bet start from verse 13.
Yeah, somebody put it in the comment box already.
Khan, all praises. Thank you, brother Dre. Appreciate that, brother. All right. We're gonna skip over to the New Testament, right? Luke chapter 4, because I'm gonna beat you over the head with this. We need to make sure that the Most High is the real deal, right? We need to have faith in Him to get us out of the situation. We can't just be asking the white man to continue to doing whatever, man. Hey, it's over with. Slavery is over with, right? You lost the battle. It's over with. They're not going to pay you no extra reparations. They're not going to give you no extra money. No, nothing. They already got you. The work's already done, right? The work is already done. You've already built up their country for them. They ain't paying you for nothing, right? If you keep on asking, I guarantee you it's going to get worse, right? You just looking, they're a bad paymaster. We already know that. Look how they steal from everybody else over the land. They're not going to give it to you. Stop asking, right? It's not for us to get. The Most High says that already, right? We're not going to get no 40 acres and a mule, right? It says Luke chapter 4. The book of Luke chapter 4, we're going to read 17 through 19, right? And there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah. And when he opened the book, he found the place where it was written, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives." Right? So he sent Hamashiach to preach deliverance to the captives, the recovering of the sight of the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. Right? He's telling you right there that in order, right, for us to be delivered, the message is in the book. Right? He opened up the old scriptures, the old scrolls from the prophets, from our own people, not the heathen, to preach the deliverance of the captives. And we're captive right now. No matter what you say, you are not free. You do not have your own last name. You do not have your own land. You do not have your own leader. You do not have a Navy, a Air Force, a damn Army, you know what I'm saying, or Marines. You don't have none of that.
That's right.
You don't have your own holy days.
If you do have your own property, your house, your land, you still got to pay taxes.
You don't have nothing that belongs to you. Not a damn thing. Not even your own culture. Everything they have, everything you got, they gave it to your ass. Everything you got, these heathens are the one that gave it to you. You have nothing of your own. So if you want to hear these folks over here talking about you're free, you're not free, not one bit. You're not free until they give you back your language. You're not free until you get your land back from these damn heathen calling themselves Jews, but are the synagogue of Satan. right? You're not free until you start to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, because the Lord says what? The truth shall set you free. Which are what?
When our Babylonian captivity ended, what was the first thing that happened? They got restored. They got restoration. They got much cash or whatever they used, coins and everything, and then they got the land back.
God.
That's what's supposed to happen. And that right there tells you that that's not going to happen until the Hamashiach comes back and delivers his people.
Con. That's right. All right, my bad. Bring a little slow. All right. Con, right? So here we go. We got another scripture, right? First Kings, the book of First Kings, chapter 8, Israel. Book of First Kings, chapter 8. Brother Daniel, I'm gonna need some help reading this if you don't mind. Right?
Okay.
This is 60. Yeah, okay, Con, right? I'll read the first few scriptures and then I'll turn it over to you and let you read after I get to around about 51. I'll read up to 51, 52.
Okay.
You can take over from there.
And this is the thing that I want to kind of close out with as well, too. So.
Oh, Con, all praises. Okay. Yeah. All right, Israel. First, the book of First Kings, back in the Old Testament, right? First Kings, chapter 8, and we're going to start at verse 46, right? If they sin against thee, for there is no man that sinneth not, right? And thou be angry with them and deliver them to the enemy, so that they carry them away captives unto the land of the enemy, far or near, right? Because we know that the Most High was angry with us. Hence, why we are where we are, right? Because we have been carried away captives to the land of the enemy, and we are far away from Israel, right? Across the water even, right? Like it says in Deuteronomy 28:68, put the ass on them ships and get them up out of here and sell them on them auction blocks because they don't want to obey, right? It says, yet if they shall bethink themselves in the land whether they were carried captives and repent, that's the key word, and repent. We have not repented. And half our people don't even think they're doing anything wrong. And make supplication unto thee, and we don't make supplication under the Most High. Man, most of y'all got a damn, well, not the people that keep the truth, but most of our people, right, they got the white Jesus up in their house, right? Some damn heathen with blonde hair and blue eyes, with straight hair, not hair wool, not skin of bronze, right? And they believe on the false god that was painted from an image of somebody that's dead, right? They believe upon a dead image. Ain't no wonder we ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like that one heathen that damn came into that church. You remember that heathen that came into that church and shot up all them niggas?
Yeah, South Carolina, yeah.
Con, right? Guess what? If you look up on that church wall, they had that white Jesus up there. That white Jesus can't save you.
And I bet you when they saw that boy, you know, if I'm telling you, if that would have been a brother with some pants sagging, something like that, they'd have been like, no, you can't come in here. You gotta leave. They would have cast him off as a thug. But they saw white Jesus in that boy.
God. That's why it's important.
Because our people naturally gratify themselves toward the heathen, because as soon as they see a heathen, it's like all of a sudden it's a non-threat. I mean, subconsciously, our people do it so much. They get around the enemies and everything. Oh, he's no threat. Because in your conscious mind, you know, he's a heathen. And you've been conditioned to believe that white people are innocent. That heathens are innocent.
Imagine if all of us believed that the Most High and his son were black, like us, right? Brown, melanated creatures like us, right? Then you could look at your brother, and then you could see, God in him, and you wouldn't want to do your brother that wrong, right? Because you know, look, hey, that's how the Most High look. The Most High looks like us. You know, his son looks like us, right? That's why they put themselves up as gods. When you see these heathen, right, and they put themselves up as God, you don't want to really do nothing wrong to them. It feels like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, me personally, you know, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do me against the damn heathen. But you know, Lord willing, I'm not giving over to wrath or anything like that that'll cause me to go off. Right? It says, yet if they bethink themselves in the land, whether they were carried captives, and repent and make supplication unto thee in the land of them that carried them captives, saying, we have sinned, we have done perversely, we have committed wickedness. And we ain't doing that right now. Hell no. Our people, we definitely ain't doing that, right? And so return unto thee with all their heart and with all their soul in the land of their enemies, with that which led them away captive, and pray unto thee toward their land. Right? Where's our land? Toward the east. Right? So wherever you got a compass or whatever it may be, find out where the east is in your house, and whenever you get ready to pray, make supplications and repent, you need to be praying towards the east. Right? Which thou gavest unto their fathers, the city which thou hast chosen, that's Jerusalem, right? And the house which I have built for thy name. Then hear thou prayer and their supplication in heaven, thy dwelling place, and maintain their cause. And forgive thy people that have sinned against thee, and all their transgressions, wherein they have transgressed against thee, and give them compassion before them who carried them captive, that they may have compassion on them. Right now, if you remember, right, our people, man, we were real big Bible goers in slavery. Real big Bible goers in slavery. We treated our brother like we wanted to be treated. We had camaraderie during the times of slavery. That's a shame that we were closer knit then than we are now. We didn't have no single motherhoods back in there. You know, we had brothers, looking out for their brothers, trying to take licks for their own brothers when they saw him get beat. Now we don't got that. Now, oh man, don't, hey man, forget that nigga. Hey, yeah, this, that, no. We don't care about our people. You do not care about your own brother. You'd rather instead of selling drugs, if you want to be a drug dealer, whatever, instead of selling drugs to the damn heathen, you want to give it to your brother. Right? Y'all all in the hood together. Y'all all doing bad, but you want to make the place that you're in worse than it already is. Instead of going over there to the heathens, getting their money, and then destroying their neighborhoods, you want to destroy in the same place that you in. That's ridiculous. Like you got them folks up in there robbing the Walmarts and doing, man, go to the heathen neighborhoods and rob their junk.
They're not gonna do that.
And then come back to your hood. Yeah.
That's why crazy. Speaking of that, yeah, like that Chicago, that Walmart, I think it was like 3 Walmarts or 4 Walmarts that shut down in Chicago.
Con, man.
People don't want to do right. They keep going up in there stealing stuff, and then they're complaining. We're gonna go get our food everywhere. It's your fault.
Yeah, man. If you want to go rob in the heathen neighborhoods, so that your neighborhoods and your areas won't be affected. But it seems like my people, because we have such a distance between where we should be as far as intellectually and where the wisdom is at. Let's say, for example, right, we have let's say, for example, right, we have a lot of our single mothers, right, and I hate to keep harping on y'all, but damn it, sometimes it's got to go down because y'all are the main ones that are causing problems right now, right? Because of the situation that we have with our single mothers, right? Most of the mothers, right, they're young with children, right? Most of the mothers are young with children. We look in the scriptures, we see that we see the young women getting with the older brothers that have wisdom. They have learned for a while, right, and things of that nature. These brothers they're wise, right? They're able to instill discipline, structure, and things of that nature to build up the family unit. Nowadays, we don't have that. We have young children raising children.
That's it.
If you young and you ain't damn near live nothing, how you gonna be able to teach your child anything? You're not gonna be able to teach your child nothing but variance, emulations, and hate for your own people. That's the only thing that you're gonna be able to do. Because you yourself don't know a damn thing. You too young to know nothing. You ain't lived no life. 19, 20-something years old, you ain't live nowhere. You out there making babies, and you have no man in the home. You ain't done nothing. You too young to raise children. You don't know a damn thing. That's the situation we got with our people, right? That's why we're not going nowhere, right? Because it's such a big gap between the generations, right? Nobody wants to do no more, right? Like we got kids raising kids. The reason why, if you a kid, you're not going to want to adhere to any discipline or any structure. You want to wild out and do you. And so now we have a generation of continuality of the same foolishness and folly, and we can't seem to get out of it. Anytime you say something to somebody, man, they want to get butt hurt and they got problems and stuff, man. I hate that kind of stuff. And they don't even see that. Doggone, man, us as a people, we in the pits. We in the pits, and you got your hand out of the heathen. Hey, heathens, please give me some more child support, or give me some more birth control, or give me some more substance, so I may live a life and continue to buck against the natural order of the Most High. We don't see it like that because we're too young in the mind, right? You raise up the brothers, right? You raise up sons. They don't got no knowledge either. They have no knowledge whatsoever in their brain cells. None. They grow up to be Pookies and Ray Rays, right? Niggas. They grow up to be niggas. Right? That's a shame. All right. It says, and forgive thy people that have sinned against thee in all their transgressions, verse 50, wherein they have transgressed against thee, and give them compassion before them who carried them captive, that they may have compassion on them, right? So, like I said, back in the old days, man, we were closer together as a people, right? We were striving together as a people. We were treating each other as we wanted to be treated as a people. But these heathens like, nah, man, they can't have that, right? That's what gave them, that's what opted the Most High to give these heathens compassion on us, to let us out. But as soon as we got out of the chains of our, the irons around our neck and the fetters, right? What do we start doing? Breaking apart the family unit. Now we don't treat our brother like we want to be treated. Now we're at variance, enemies with each other, right? Things of that nature. It says, 51, for they be thy people and thine inheritance, which thou broughtest forth out of Egypt, from the midst of the furnace of iron, that thine eyes may be open unto the supplication of thy servant and to the supplication of thy people Israel, to hearken unto them and all that they call for unto thee. For thou didst separate them from amongst the people of the earth. You see that? We're supposed to be separate. We're not supposed to be integrated with these heathen at all. None, no time at all. This is why Martin Luther King at the end, he says, I have brought my people into a burning house. He knew what time it was. We're not supposed to be together with these people. We're not supposed to be mixing and mingling with these damn heathen. We're supposed to be separate. It says, for thou didst separate them from among all the people of the earth to be thine inheritance, as thou spakest by the hand of Moses thy servant, when thou broughtest our fathers out of Mizraim, O Lord God. And it was so that when Solomon made an end of praying all this prayer and supplication unto the Lord, he arose from the altar of the Lord, from kneeling on his knees and with his hands spread up to heaven. And he stood and blessed all the congregation of Israel with a loud voice, saying, Blessed be the Lord that hath given rest unto his people, according to all that he promised. There hath not failed one word of all his good promise, which he promised by the hand of Moses his servant. So what does that mean, right? All we have to do is trust in the Lord. It may seem like a fairy tale or something that's not going to happen, or something out of a children's a children's fairy tale book or a Dr. Seuss book, but this is real. Solomon said, not one word hath failed from the Most High's promise what he's gone to his people. Verse 57, the Lord our God be with us, as he is with our forefathers. Let him not leave us nor forsake us, that he may incline our hearts unto him, to walk in all his ways and keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, which he commanded our fathers. Brother Dan, you want to?
So I want to elaborate on 58. Go back. So where it says that he may incline our hearts unto him, to walk in all his ways and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments. So if y'all don't know what that means, that includes the Weekly Shabbat, that includes the feast days, that includes the new moon, that includes everything that the Most High has bestowed upon his people to rejoice over. But yet, our people will rejoice over these damn holidays before they even give honor to the Most High. I mean, that's a slap in the face. And you wonder why our people are still in the condition they're in today. All right, let's look at verse 59. It says, let these my words, wherewith I have made supplications before the Lord, be nigh unto the Lord our God, day and night. Now, this is not the first time you hear something like this, because when you read Joshua, it talks about this. Let us worship Elohim day and night. That is praise be on our lips, day and night. Something we should be constantly doing. That he may maintain the cause of his servant and the cause of his people Israel at all times, as the matter shall require.
What is that? Well, you see that? that right there lets you know why Brother Daniel and myself have been blessed, right? And among other brothers that we know as well. We make supplication before the Lord.
Yeah.
So that we can be close unto the Lord day and night, that he can maintain the cause of his servant.
Yeah, and this is not something that we're bragging about, Israel. But like, here's the thing:
definitely not.
When you I'm gonna tell you something. I've had the privilege of keeping the Shabbat for over 30 years. Over 30 years, Israel, and it becomes more and more real every time. All right, that's longer than some of y'all been born. And so this work we're doing is the work of a lifetime, Israel. It's not something you can just wake up and then you master, and all of a sudden, working out your salvation with fear and trembling is an everyday thing. Every day, hour by hour, minute by minute. Verse 60 says that all the people of the earth may know that the Lord is God and that there is none else. I hear that a lot. It says, and we done plenty lessons where all things were given unto the hands of Mashiach, the Son. So we know that this is the Son talking. It says, let your heart therefore be perfect with the Lord our God.
You sure don't say let our heart be perfect with the heathens?
It says, let our heart be perfect let our heart therefore be perfect with the Lord our God and walk in his statutes and to keep his commandments. There it is again. As at this day. It says, and the kings and all Israel with him offered sacrifice before the Lord. Can you scroll that up?
Oh, Con, no, that was really all I wanted to read.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. And I wanted to bring, because we talked about I'm gonna show you what our people are gonna end up doing. They're gonna have to do. All right, because right now our people are not crying out. Our people are not crying out. So let's go ahead right quick. Let's go to Jubilees chapter 1. And let's look at verse 14 and 16. And it says, and I will hide my face from them, and I will deliver them into the hand of the other nations for captivity and for a prey. Y'all really know, y'all know what they're saying, a prey. You know how when people prey upon you, or when an animal is preying or hunting?
That's right.
Like the enemy, like you wouldn't even know that they're preying on you. This is not heathens on us. Our people are so dumb. Our people are like just so stupid sometimes. Like they don't even realize that the heathens are preying on us. You look at it.
You can see it when them cops be shooting them. They be wanting to kill them niggas. They be wanting to shoot you and get away with it.
You look at the hip hop world. Look at the gangster rap world. Look at all the celebrities and stuff. These heathens have made so much money off our people. They've preyed off our people so much, and they only get a portion. When you look at the sports world, you look at the NBA, NFL. You got these multi-billion-dollar owners. Now, granted, especially the NFL, that's like a $1 trillion industry a year. You know how much money is made on Super Bowl every year? But our people are only paid a portion. They're only paid a small percentage. But to them, that's a lot of money. For somebody who's making like $10 million on a contract, that's like, man, I never had that much money before. But to the owners and just making big, that's nothing for them. That's like
they made that a night. And that same night of the Super Bowl, they would have made all that money back. They didn't pay them.
Man, it says, I will hide my face from them, and I will deliver them into the hand of the other nations for captivity and for prey and for devouring. And I will remove them from the midst of the land, and I will scatter them amongst the other nations. Real time, Israel, this is where we are. We're scattered to the four corners.
I want to bring out something, right? It says that just like Brother Daniel was saying, that we are delivered into the hands of the other nations for a prey and for a devouring. That does not mean for help and for assistance. This is why we getting treated like we get treated. This is why they come up with all this pride stuff, and they're not gonna give you nothing. They're gonna give these fake Jews money. Just like all these people that they have, they just handing out money to folks, but now they're gonna give you a damn thing. Why? It's because you are here for a prey and for a devouring. That's why you over here. You're not over here to be equal with these damn heathens. So stop asking for it.
And when you see an animal devouring another animal, does it leave anything? No, not but the bones.
Sometimes I
only need the bones. It says, and I will remove them from the midst of the land, and I will scatter them amongst the other nations. And they will forget That's us. They will forget all my Torah and all my commandments and all my judgments, because the heathens want to keep the holidays, and will go astray as to new moons. These damn camps always want to go off a damn new moon or full moon, and Shabbats and feasts and jubilees and ordinances. People have forgotten all that stuff. And after this, they will. It says, and after this, they see. It doesn't explain what this is, because right now we're still in a destruction phase. Israel, this can be hundreds. This can be 1,000 years in the future. We don't know. And it says, and after this, they will turn to me amongst the other nations. So that means that something so desperate, something so great is going to have to happen, that our people are going to have to turn in other nations and start repenting. But right now, our people are not doing that. And after this, they will turn to me from amongst the other nations with all their heart and with with all their soul and with all their strength. That's crazy. And I will gather them from amongst all the other nations, and they will seek me, so that I shall be found of them when they seek me with all their heart. It says not with some of their heart, not with a third of their heart, but with all their heart and with all their soul. We can't do that right now as the people right now, Israel, because you know why? Our people are too wicked. Our people love the heathens too much. Our people love the ways of the heathens too much. So how can we be crying out? How can we be crying out with all our heart and all our soul when our people love money? Our people love luxurious cars and they're chasing the dollar for the wrong reasons. The love of money is the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. And our people have become just like the heathens. You know, I see so many brothers online talking about chasing wealth for the wrong reasons. You know, I want to make all the money I can real quick. Quick money never gets you anywhere.
What? Well, but back to 14, right? I want to ask y'all something, right, Israel? Whenever you see a lion, right, and it's going after its prey, do you think that there is no way, you know, that a baby deer or a doe, right, or whatever it is that the lion's chasing is going to be able to talk the lion out of not eating them, right? Mm-hmm. You don't see that. You don't see that because his mind is only set on devouring him. There's nothing that he can say. There is no kind of act that he could do to make the lion not want to eat him. Yeah. That's the situation that we're in with these damn heathen. There's nothing that we can do. No matter what you do, Israel, these people are not going to see you as equal to them. Never, because you are for a prey and for a devouring. So you going and begging them for this and begging them for that, that is not going to work.
And you can be the smartest brother, the smartest sister, working in some lawyer firm of a heathen owned company. You're still not going to be saw. You're still not going to be saw as equal. You're just going to be a puppet. We tell you to, and you'll be all right. We'll let you. We'll let one black person work here. We'll let one Israelite as a face to show that, hey, we're not. You know, we want to show the whole world that we're equal opportunity and everything. You got one Israelite, the whole damn government. You know, that's the way they do. They've been devouring us for the longest, making money off our people like you wouldn't believe. Our people only get a small percentage. I remember that group, that singing group. It was I watched a documentary of them, New Edition, and it was talking about how they were when they were coming up and all that money they made, but it all went to the heathens. And they had a check brought out one to them one time, and the check was the amount of 35 cents. Because the heathens claim that they splurge and all that kind of stuff, but you know that's a lie, because all that money they made, they didn't hardly get none of that.
For prey, Israel.
Yep, for prey. This is what they do with our people. You know, anything of a talent what our people have, they're sitting there ready to devour with their napkins in their chest and with their forks in one hand and spoons in the other and a knife.
And they're not thinking at all about your well-being. I don't understand why we just can't get that. We just cannot get that. We still up here, you know, with the pickets and the signs in the street, you know, marching till we drop, doing all kind of foolishness, right? Million Man March for what?
And if the heathens do something for our people, you trust me, it's not for your benefit, it's for their benefit. It's something that's going to benefit them in the long run, or it's going to be something to use in order to get them more profit, more money. This is why these demos, they always use They always want to use the Israelite vote. Always want to turn to Israelites because they know that they're stupid enough to believe them, and they can use them as scapegoats, as suckers. And guess what? People always fall for it. And they turn around, and then they turn around, and they don't even do what they said they were going to do. But our people keep repeating the same mistakes because every time after time, our people do the same thing.
If you don't see our people crying and sighing, it's all bad.
No, they're
It's
not.
all bad, Israel. If you don't see our people as a whole crying and sighing to the Most High to get us up out of here, it's all bad. That means that we still getting to work. We still under curses. You still got niggas that are eating pork and the squirrel and the rat up under a tree, right? We got all kinds of stuff going on that we're not supposed to, right? When our women start wearing start covering it up and being modest, right? and start really truly valuing themselves and not giving away their virginity, for a bottle of cognac and a damn good time at a club. Hey man, we gonna start coming up. When you see the brothers out there rocking fringes and they're not out there chasing after scantily clad women, hey man, we on the come up. But we don't see that right now.
We don't see it right now, and I guarantee you in the next 10 years you won't see it because it's gonna get even worse. Think about it. Let's just look at the wings of our people. Let's look everywhere. I'm seeing the high schools now, and girls are dressing like hookers.
Damn.
I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
That's a complete opposite of what the commandments teach.
This is what they let these kids wear in high school. But to them, that's normal. They don't see nothing wrong with it.
Learn not to wear the heathen.
Virginity is a scarce commodity right now. I mean, I can go on and on. I mean, I don't have really nothing else, brother.
Me neither, man.
I'm just kind of ranting right now because the wickedness is just beyond believable.
All right, Israel. If y'all have any questions, go ahead and post them down on the comment board for us. Y'all got any questions about this lesson? If not, Brother Daniel and myself in a few minutes here, guess we will close down the live. And we do appreciate y'all. But I do want to make an announcement. The same thing that we made at the end. Yeah, we got we have quite a few pictures now. I think we got like 6 maybe. 6.
I think for like 4.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, cool.
I think we got more than that. Folks. Yeah, that send in a picture of you wearing your fringes. Right? That's something so small as that. It's easy to keep the commandments, right? Send in a picture of you wearing your fringes so we can make a collage and we can show folks online, show other brothers and sisters. That's going to encourage them to get fringes, right? Fringes are they have a border of blue, right? You got to have a border of blue. I don't know if y'all can see that, right? That's fringes with a border of blue around there. You got a border of blue, and then you got a fringe on your shirt right there, right? Mm-hmm. Those are fringes, just the way that it says in just the way it says in Numbers, right? Same description, right? Border of blue around it, got your fringes on, right? You don't got to be wearing them. You can just hold your shirt up and show you got shirts, so that you got your shirt or whatever. You don't even got to show your face. We want to see fringes though.
Not a scarf wrapped around your not a scarf wrapped around your waist or shoes.
Bless your brother, because we know you do it well. You are trying, right? But we want official fringes, right? We want to show that, so we all keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, right? We'll go ahead and make a collage. We'll make a new opening or whatever. Show the brothers and sisters that decide to obey the Lord and not just because we can't just be listening. We got to do. Right, that's what they call works. Works is something that you have to put into action. You got to actually do the works, right? Faith is dead without works. So you can believe all day that HaMashiach coming back to save you, right? But if you're not doing the works, you're not gonna get saved,
that's
right? Because you don't have faith.
Hey, Dre Pete, do me a favor. Send me another email. I think you're looking for the 613 laws. I believe that's what it was. But yeah, do me a favor. Just send another one to me. And I'll make sure I try to get that to you.
All right.
Appreciate it. But all right, Israel. Hey, look, we're gonna bid you all Shabbat Shalom, hearty Shabbat Shalom.
All right, brother Adam Jr. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that, brother.
Good stuff. Israel. Until next time, we say Shalom. Shabbat
Stay strong.
And stay strong.
God.
Yeah.